Welcome back, humans. It's Wednesday. Got my boy Angelo back with me. We're about to give you a middle of the week vent session. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Click, like, subscribe.
And hit that notification button so you guys never miss an episode once we drop.
And
so,
again, click, like, subscribe.
That's right. And with that said, let's get on with it. I got a fucking funny headline for you.
Let's get it.
All right. So this dude he was at a factory working at his job. Right. I won't say his name because it was in, sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I won't say your name this time because somebody got sore last time. I will say, I want to say your name again for being sore. It's already out there. It's out there. All right, Lou? No, I'm just kidding. All right, Lou? No,
damn it, Lou.
No, yeah. So, anyways, this guy was at a factory. It's not Lou, but it was some guy at a factory. And I guess on his break, he decided to heat up some popcorn, for lunch. And so he's heating up the popcorn, but it wasn't your ordinary popcorn. This shit was I think it was ghost pepper popcorn.
Oh, my God.
So when he heated up in the microwave, I guess it fucking pepper sprayed the whole room. Like, everybody was running out, burning faces and eyes and shit.
That shit was probably like getting bear maced or something.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
You said microwave and ghost pepper, I already knew, like, that was a bad idea. I don't even know who thought of that.
All the way.
Oh, my God.
And so, yeah, he fucked everybody up, and they had to air the room out for, they said over 3 hours or some shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
That would have been a nice long break anyways, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You had to do some kind of hazmat, protocol, you know what I'm saying? Because it was, some extreme shit.
This is no bullshit. Just speaking, on the pepper thing.
Yeah.
I was working on a rig, right? Out in the Gulf of Mexico. We were, all literally 30 miles out from the Yucatan Peninsula, out deep.
Yeah.
So, this Mexican dude's working on a rig with us, and he was, straight up Mexican. And,
straight up Mexican?
No, eat
or barely Mexican.
Habaneros,
Gotcha.
poblano peppers, they would eat these motherfuckers like fruits, it was no big deal to them. Hey, I'm gonna eat it. I'm like,
yeah.
So one day we all got we got cheeseburgers and shit for lunch and everything, and they're putting peppers, ghost peppers, habanero, poblano, little slices of this shit on their burgers. I'm like, and they're eating this shit not even phasing them at all. And they're fucking with me, and they're like, oh, I'm like, man, fuck it, whatever. I'm like, if they're eating it like that, then it can't be that bad. And they're sliced thin, so it ain't big ass hunks of pepper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
it looks like you could do it.
Right. I like hot shit, so
right.
I'm like, bet I'm running this. Bite it. Like I said, you got burger, cheese, all that shit on it.
Yeah.
So it's not directly hitting you. I'm feeling a little heat, maybe 3 bites in, right? Bro, my face started getting red and shit. And,
yeah. It was sound the alarm.
Right. And I'm starting to feel this shit. When something's super hot, you feel it in the pit of your stomach, shit hits you oh. But I'm like, fuck that, I'm running man through. I ain't gonna be no bitch. I'm gonna eat this motherfucker, right? Dude.
Oh my goodness.
I promise you, by the time I got done with my shift and everything, I was taking a shower. Dude, I was in my bed, curled up in the fucking fetal position.
Oh my gosh.
My stomach hurt like somebody dropped a fucking hot bowling ball in
that's
my stomach or
They say that's one of the worst parts. It's got to pass through you on them super hot peppers.
It wasn't even a burn. My stomach hurt there was it was a fucking knot in my shit. It hurt so bad I was damn near in tears, dude. And then an hour after that, it came that time oh God, I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh.
And I'm like, I am not wanting to go, dude. This is gonna be ugly.
Remember that
my stomach.
Remember that spray they used to have you could buy at the store that you could spray on your throat? What was that called? It'd make it numb and shit. It was a spray you could buy at the store.
Chloroseptic?
I don't know, it was red and shit. You could spray it.
Yeah, chloroseptic.
Yeah, you should have sprayed that on your ass before you went in there. It might have helped.
Oh, man.
Because that shit was on fire.
The passing was bad, but that shit sitting in the pit of my stomach, dude, was the worst fucking feeling ever,
I bet.
Dude.
I've seen videos where people eat the hot peppers or eat the hot chip or do all them challenges.
Right.
And some of them go into shiverish, feverish shit, because it's got to pass through your body. And as they say, that's one of the worst parts. And I do watch that hot ones too, where they do the wings. And a lot of guys say afterwards it's not fun, because they only get crazy. There's one called The Bomb that fucks everybody up. And it never, like, I don't know if, I haven't watched it recently, so I don't know if it's still on the list, but it was always number 7, like the third from last. So everybody would get to, oh, this wasn't too bad. These ones are kind of good. This one's got a little spice. But when The Bomb would fuck everybody up, they'd be like, why would you even do this? Like, it had, like, must not have no flavor, but it must, like, fuck you up. Because some people bite it, they're like, yeah, it's not bad. Then it's like, boom, just that one. And it's called The Bomb.
I wouldn't even. Why would you want to do that to yourself?
I don't know. I do like some spice.
I love
but
spicy hot food.
Yeah. Like that one show I was telling you about where they were competing doing that, eating peppers.
No,
oh, my goodness. I couldn't do it. Have you ever seen anybody else put some weird shit in a microwave like that or fuck something up in a microwave? Because I do got a good one for you. This is another factory one, too, by the way. Same factory.
Not really. Like, I've accidentally put aluminum foil in the microwave. I'm sure everybody's done that.
Yeah.
Though, but...
So, all right. This other dude, I won't say his name either. It may or may not rhyme with teeth. Teeth.
With a K?
No, teeth. But anyways. So it was break time, and this guy would, like, scramble eggs in the microwave and make eggs and weird shit, you know, and one time he brought a baked potato in. And he brought this baked potato in, and he must have fucking forgot about it because he wanted it to cook along, and he just left it in there. And break time was done. Lunch was over. We all fucking went back to work. And it was a steel factory, so there was grinding going on. There's a lot of noise going on, brake presses, all that shit. And all of a sudden we hear smoke alarms going off. We got to fucking go out the building. The fucking break room again, full of fucking black and gray smoke. The fucking baked potato fucking blew up in the fucking microwave and caused all kinds of chaos. And it stunk so bad for like a month in there. It smelled like, it didn't even smell like a potato. It smelled just really fucking bad and burnt. It was like a bad burnt.
I bake my potatoes in the microwave sometimes. Like,
yeah, you can, but don't forget about them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've never done that.
Don't evaporate potato. That's a little too far baking.
Disintegrated potato.
Yeah, like instead of air frying, you just fucking, I don't know what the fuck, you just annihilated it. You just disposed all the atoms to like nothing.
Right. I've never even seen that. I have craziest shit I think I've ever done cooking wise. I was using a broiler in the bottom of the stove.
Okay.
It was summertime, dude. I'll never forget. I was like a teenager too, and I was drunk as shit, dude.
Uh-oh.
And we still, let's put it this way, this was pre-cell phone. Like, we still had cord phone.
Right.
And I remember going upstairs, and I put a steak in the broiler.
Gotcha.
I went upstairs, started talking on the phone to this chick.
Oh, no.
And, like, fell asleep on the phone, like, drunk.
No way.
Like, I woke up, phone was just laying there, like, but the lights were off, but I couldn't see, but you could tell. It was like, damn, what the hell is that? Like something was smoke or something.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I get up, I step in the hallway, turn the hallway light on. This is upstairs now. There's like a thick ass haze of fucking smoke. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's like stop, drop, and crawl and low, get low.
Dude, I'll never forget. I go downstairs, there's like smoke from the floor to the fucking ceiling. I'll never forget, dude. My mom had white furniture. So
house filled with smoke.
House filled with fucking smoke, dude.
Right.
My dumb ass. I'm like, oh my
steak
God,
in the broiler.
Dude, it's a fucking ash. The bone, everything's like
oh
ash.
My God.
Like that shit was in the fucking disintegrator.
That's
or
nasty.
Incinerator, whatever. But fucking, I'm like, my mom's gonna fucking kill me. Like, I'm a teenager. It's summertime, like, whatever. But I sobered up quick. My whole buzz drunk was gone. I was like, oh, shit.
Hey, my mom didn't play neither. I would have tried to do, I don't know.
I didn't even think about I could have died, burnt up. All I could think about, my mom is going to fucking kill me. Oh, there's black soot all over the fucking windows, the wall. I mean, I'm like, my mom's going to be home maybe in a few hours.
Damn.
Dude, you talk about a motherfucker went into, like, super speed.
Yeah.
I'm wiped out. I mean.
Cleaning everything.
I cleaned the house so fucking.
It was like those movies where they show the fast forward music and they're putting everything away before people. Like Ferris Bueller, even like
for real.
When he's fucking like and then he fucking slows down.
You not, dude. I cleaned this shit so fucking good. That only way my mom knew, I think it was like a day or so later. I didn't air it out, sprayed.
Yeah.
There was a layer of soot, like on the couch. And it wasn't into the couch. It seemed like it had just sat
Oh man.
like right above the couch, like where it wasn't in the fabric, but
Just yet. But if you touch it.
if you touch it, it was gonna press in there.
Oh.
And it was like real like great. Like you could tell the furniture was white. It didn't look like it was dark. You would have never knew.
Oh, the couch ratted you out.
My mom goes to like sit on the couch or something. You know how you put your hand down?
Yep.
It was fucking black.
It was a handprint. Oh.
My mom went the fuck off, dude. I thought she was gonna kill me.
Man.
And she's like, obviously something happened. She couldn't figure out what it was because there was no, you know what I'm saying?
I used to spill stuff all the time at my grandma's house, but she had the plastic on her shit. And if you had the bad cushion ones, you had to, the one where it get the crack in the corner, it fucked the back of your leg all up.
It scratched.
Get that scratch. I got scars all like crazy, like I had climbed by barbed wire fences or some shit.
That and that fucking. I'm sure everybody's parents or grandparents, aunts or somebody had that plastic runner that on the other side looked like fucking spikes.
Yeah.
And you walk across that bitch barefooted. Oh my god.
And the velvet painting? Or was that just my family? Shit. No.
Hey. Not the dogs playing poker.
Right. Dude, I got this interesting debate question for you, man. I read this article. It was really amazing. It started started my head going around crazy. I mean, I talked about it with a lot of people. I even got a woman's perspective, and a mother's perspective, just a single person and a mother's perspective being the female. But so apparently this woman gave birth to an embryo that was frozen for 27 years. And
wait, what?
She, I guess she went into a clinic for fertilization help because they couldn't.
Oh, they implanted it in her and then she gave birth.
But it was frozen since 1992. I think they froze it in 92, and they thawed it out and put it inside of her and all that stuff, and she gave birth to it this year, and the baby's 27. And she was 1 year old when the baby was frozen. So they're saying the baby is 27 years old, technically, right?
Right.
So that's my debate. Is the baby 27 years old, or is the baby on its birthday when it was born?
It's on its birthday. Because until it has a heartbeat and
technically the embryo did before they put it in that stasis. This was this project.
Was it drawing breath on this?
Oh, that's another thing. So
right, if
that's
it was right. I mean, until it actually takes a breath.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, technically it's age-wise, but to me, until your life actually begins and you're drawing breath, then to me that's when you're born.
It's really it was an interesting debate because of the age scenario. Because the woman who had the baby and everything, she was just a year younger or a year older or whatever.
Right at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I still go with.
So people are saying, there's a lot of people saying she's 1 year older than her own baby, and there's so and so and vice versa. And then other people are saying that the baby was still alive because of the.
Did she?
But I think it can get into a political thing if you go into that because the way people believe what they believe and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah, as soon as it has a heartbeat.
Right, that kind of thing. So, but I just thought it was interesting. It was a fun topic to talk to people about because it was just interesting. Everybody's thoughts on it.
Yeah, like I said, to me,
I would think the birthday myself.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Actually born.
Yeah.
And become you know what I'm saying,
Or you don't have a name, you didn't get born yet. You know what I mean? That's why I figured what I meant it should be your birthday.
Exactly, the day you begin to draw breath.
But it's an interesting, like I said, it was an interesting little thing I wanted to throw out there. I had fun with it.
With that same subject, did she volunteer for some experiment or how did that go? She didn't.
No, I guess back in the day.
I
guess back in the day, some other people volunteered for that embryo research in the 90s. And so the babies were frozen, and then she went to a fertility clinic, and then they suggested this thing here that was going on because I guess
they suggested it.
Yeah, because I guess that people can adopt the embryos as well. I guess there's a company where you can adopt them, and then if you don't get to adopt them, then they get to go to a place where people can get fertilization help and all that stuff. So there's two processes.
At some point, these embryos are gonna be born. Into life.
Yeah.
So none of them are going to waste or anything.
Yeah, so that's basically how it was going. I just thought it was an interesting thing because it was a fun topic. I mean, I don't really think there's kind of a wrong answer, but based on what you believe in, I guess.
I don't know. To me, like, my mouth is like, what's a chap? Um, I don't know. Just stuff like that. To me,
Uh huh.
again, that's messing with natural. Messing with nature. Just like
Right.
God put things in place for a specific reason. There's
Uh
a
huh.
reason why the whole birth process, man and woman create. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
to me, that's that. Like I said, you're playing God. You're playing with nature, and that's something you just don't do. I don't think. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So it was an interesting thing. But I mean, I think the process is good because I mean, the whole thing for some people that do want to be parents and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I think it's there. I mean, services for other people, whatever. But I don't know. I just thought it was a fun little topic there.
Hell
And
yeah,
I
it
had
was.
fun talking with everybody about it too. People were on both sides.
Yeah, like I'm sure it's both. You know what I'm saying? On both sides of that. Like I said, I guess I'm old fashioned in a sense where I believe the whole nature and God thing. Like
Uh huh.
that's nothing to play with. Creating life, artificial intelligence, like you said, China people making their own sun and moon, and
Yeah.
we're like, dude, you want to manipulate the weather, like that's doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stay in your lane.
Right. It got out of hand when we started cloning shit. Well, there was old experiments I saw playing around on the internet, going through them rabbit holes, where there was like old experiments in Germany and old weird ones where they would keep like the human head alive and a dog head alive, and there's actual video of this shit of a dog head, and all the senses worked as long as you would pump fluid in it, like if it was blood. I don't know what fluid they were using. I forget. I would have to look it back up. And this dog's senses worked. They'd put like ammonia by its nose, and you would see it react to the pneumonia and all this weird. They were doing weird ass shit back then. So I think
Dude, I'm
it just
like,
evolved
why?
into
Right,
weird ass
like,
shit. I think
I
they just were
mean,
all psyched up on that stuff,
I
man. Like
mean,
obsessed with weird
you
experiments.
I understand to a point because just the human, period, are naturally curious.
Yeah.
Are naturally curious.
Yeah.
Like, and I understand because I'm like that in certain ways. Like, if I take something apart or start building something, whatever, and if I don't know what I'm doing, I get curious, and at that point, I'm like, I have to finish it because now I have to see where this goes
Yeah.
and how it actually works. I'm like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? So I get like that. So
I'm
I
the same way.
understand.
I used to do maintenance and all that kind of stuff, so I used
Right.
to have to figure shit out. But it's
I,
wild.
I get like that with building things. And when I was younger, my mom, I guess by me being a boy, she figured, you know what, this is something for you to do. She would never buy anything assembled. Like, anything bought was like
Assembly required.
right, yeah, and would make me put it together. And I fucking hated it when I was a kid. But now I'm like glad because people, man, you don't even know how many of my friends of mine will be like female friends, like,
Uh-huh.
how am I gonna put this? And I'm like a kid with a toy. I'll open that box like I can put that together. Like I know
That's
I
cool.
can, just to see how long it's gonna take me and what I can do.
I used to take apart my radios and remote control cars and shit, and try to do different things with the motors or do something different
Right.
shit with or like the magnets. I used to take, if it was a shitty radio and I had a new radio, I would take the magnets out the speakers and try to do cool shit with the magnets.
Right.
I used to do like crazy shit like that.
I used to do crazy shit with a magnet, just fuck up somebody's TV, run a magnet across the screen or shit. Like, like what happened? I'm like, yeah, what happened? Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. I should.
Right. So apparently, like I was speaking on earlier, YouTube has some new rules going on. That they're trying to give people shit about saying certain things. I was talking about that earlier. I mean,
political things.
Yeah, they don't want you saying certain things about certain shit going on about a certain someone. So like I said, if we do end up bringing things up, we might have different names for things. So if you hear like random names, like just out of the wall shit, that's what we're talking about. Like we're talking about that person, or you know what I'm saying? We could be like, David E. Roth is crazy and losing his mind. There's no way that guy can run the thing he's supposed to be running after this guy.
Like number 46.
Yeah, number 46.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Like number 46.
Agent 46.
Yeah.
Or Project 46.
Project 46.
That's a good one.
At the Catalina wine mixer.
At the Catalina wine mixer. He's gonna be in charge of the new Catalina wine mixer for the next 4 seasons.
Right. And
this is tricky.
Project 46 gets to decide what's on the menu, what we're eating.
That's what's
for
up.
The next 4 seasons.
Project 46 will tell us what's going on in the news all the time from the Catalina Wine Mixer.
Hey.
I can't wait to see Project 46's speech from the Catalina Wine Mixer.
From the DC Beach House.
Yeah, from the TCBY shop, country's best yogurt.
I think he lives in the DC Beach House.
And he visits the Jersey Shore from time to time. That's Project 46.
That's what he do.
He's coming. He's in charge. It's going to be a new time. The next 4 seasons belong to Project 46.
This might be something new to you.
Yes. Project 46 may be new. All these new policies he has may be new. You may not like them. You may like them. But it's Project 46's fault either way.
Fucking around at the Catalina Wine Mixer.
At the Catalina, you better not burn the Catalina Wine Mixer down. That's all I got to say.
Fucking Project 46.
Project 46.
Living in the beach house.
Yep, in full effect. Doing a lot of golfing, breaking your feet. So yeah, we got to be. If we talk about certain things like that, they want to stop the video and censor. And it's supposed to be freedom of spizzle up in here. We're supposed to have the freedom of spizzle. I don't even know if we can say that, so that's why I even shopped that word. I had to stop myself. I don't know, freedom of spritz. Get a little spritzel of freedom. A little spritz it. Or what was that? Sprinkle.
That's sprizzle.
A little spritz of freedom.
Sprizzle of freedom.
Like,
maybe no.
What was that? Some fucking freedom?
Let me just sprinkle freedom.
Some of this freedom, maybe new.
Putting on your ice cream, couple sprinkles of freedom.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, can I get some vanilla ice cream with some freedom on it, please?
Freedom cone.
Hell yeah! Let me get a large pizza with some freedom. Freedom on the side.
Yeah, I want freedom on half. The other half, I'll take some dictatorship.
I'll take some separation and some freedom on this pizza. Let me get half freedom, half segregated on this square pizza.
Put it in a round box.
The Catalina Wine Mixer Special. That's what I call that one. We'll call that pizza the Project 46.
Project 40. Can I get Project 46 with a sprinkler?
It'll be like contradict itself. The pizza will contradict itself. It'll be like cheese and pizza on the other side would just be bread.
Hey.
It just contradicts everything about it.
He said half freedom, half segregation.
Yep. That'll be the new Project 46 pizza.
Oh my God, stop.
Coming to a pizza place near you. Brought to you by Mint Event. Can't be copied or redistributed by Mint Event LLC.
Subscribe.
And like and subscribe. And hit that notification button. From the Catalina Wine Mixer. Pow.
Pow.
Yeah. But that was fun. I like that. It was a lot of fun on that one.
He said Project 46 at the Catalina Wine Mixer.
Rent Project 46 at Blockbusters. The only one left in Oregon. Have fun. You're going to have fun with that late fee.
Oh my God.
Remember they said they weren't going to do late fees and then they still late feed you? I had Blockbuster for a long time and shit where they'd be like, we're done with late fees. And they call you after the 4th day. You get it for 3 days already. And then the 4th day I wanted to see if they wouldn't do the late fee and I got a fucking call.
They was like, oh, when you bring that back, you need to run like $250.
They were like, we didn't tell you we're going to call you every day. And be like, bring it back or we will give you a late fee.
Like, no late fees until we call. After that phone call, it's in full effect.
Yeah, or when I moved over here, like back a long time ago when I first moved over here, there was a video store open at the corner over by the grocery store, and I went and got a video, and I had to do a new card, a membership. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I filled out the membership, and my man was like, "Oh, you got a $75 late fee," and I'm like, "What?" I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, this address right here. This guy never brought blah blah." I'm like, "Man, I just moved here." He's like, this address has a late fee. I'm like, dude, I'm not paying that. I want to rent these movies. So we were in an argument, and I never had to pay that late fee, but he tried to spring it on me every time. And that place closed down and all that, and I still see him at the grocery store from time to time. You know what I'm saying? And so I always wanted to be like, I still didn't pay that late fee, fool.
He's like, it might not be you, but somebody that lived where you live.
Yeah. He was like, it's at this same address. I was like, who the fuck is that? You see my ID is not that last name. I'm like, that is not me. I was like, we live there. They don't. I was like, I'm not paying that.
They moved.
I was like, I'm not paying that. And that was pre-cell phone internet type shit.
He said, They tried to spend $75. Motherfucker could have bought.
Yeah, and I just went to rent fucking 3 movies for like $4.50.
Redney is like
like $4 or something, man. And I was like, damn.
That's some crazy shit, dude. I'd have been like, who in the fuck do you think I am? Like, I'm like, if you don't get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
Yeah,
man.
I was like, I couldn't even believe he did that, man. I was like, wow.
Wow. Run on you. They're like, well, you are Mexican. We know how y'all get down.
Right.
Like,
because there's so many people living at that house. You're like, there's about 13 more people. Or, that, because that's a bad question. That's almost like asking somebody where they're from twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you be fucking up. Like, where are you from, man? You'd be like, Taylor over there. And they'd be like, no, where are you really from? Because you look ethnic of some sort. Like, that's fucked up.
Like, where are you from?
I felt like I was classified right there. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, telling you, sometimes, like, you get hit with some blatant racism maybe in your face, and it's nonchalant. Like, the people that's doing it don't even realize that they're doing it. Like, the classic example, dude, I was at, I don't know, it was McDonald's, Burger King. That's some years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I ordered, like, some kind of combo. They're like, what size, And it's like, what would you like to drink before I could say anything? Old girl turned around. She's like, and we're all out of orange.
Right.
Like, she's like, would you like to drink? Like,
oh.
And we're out of orange. Like, just so you know. Just I looked like this. And she didn't realize she was doing it, but I was like that wasn't some racist shit. Like,
damn.
She asked you what you drink, and we're all out of orange. Like, I know you're going to order orange, so before you say
God.
it. And the fucked up thing was, as blatant as the racism was, I was going to order an orange. I really was. It was fucked up, but I really was. So it was like, I was kind of offended, like, bitch, how dare you? But at the same time, I was disappointed. Like,
now, you could have said she was being racist or psychic. She knew you wanted an orange soda.
Nah, bro.
You could play it both sides.
Right. I felt disrespected.
Like some badminton, just a birdie.
I felt disrespected and at the same time disappointed. Disrespected because she played me like that.
Yeah.
Disappointed because I didn't want that orange. Like, that's fucked up.
Well, I told you that one time my man would speak to me in Arabic all the time because he thought I was like Middle Eastern. And I was like playing it off for the longest time because I would like get discounts and shit.
He's like, oh, family.
Yeah. Finally, he was like Mexican Arab, the same thing. I'm like, no, I wasn't, man. I didn't know what you were saying. I was just playing your personality being nice back.
Right. Taking advantage of it.
Yeah, like when you see the foreign dudes in the movie just going. There was one where my man.
Was like,
yeah, there was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or they were like when they ask you where you're from and then they ask where your parents from. I get that. I've gotten that.
That's some disrespect.
I've gotten that. I've gotten like, hey, where are you from? I'm like, Lincoln Park. When I was younger, I was like, Lincoln Park. Like, well, where are your parents from? I'm like, fucking same house? Like, what the fuck?
Like, Taylor?
Right. Fucking, I'm from here. What do you mean?
Right. It's like, they don't really want to blatantly say it like.
Are you good swimmers? No, I'm just kidding. They didn't want to say it, but it was like they signed it, like sign language. Like, or that unspoken language with like the eye look we spoke before. They were like, and then you're supposed to answer with,
oh my God.
You're supposed to answer with,
Like, huh? That's so
or,
Like, they hit you with the nod, like,
Yeah, so that's what I've gotten hit with that one quite a many times.
Man.
And it was never like a friend. It was always like their folks, like their parents. They were like the old people, like, where you from? And I'm like, a couple blocks over. What do you mean? They're like, where are your parents from? I was like, I literally said that. Same house. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It's like, no, where you from?
And like when they say like the stereotype, like there would be a bunch of people living in the house of Mexicans or whatever. Right. It'd be like just like fucking 30 people in there, like a clown car or whatever. But it'd be like a house like that. My house really wasn't like that. My neighbor's house was, and they was white as hell. They were like hillbilly kind of people. Like, no disrespect. They were like country, more southern people. And they were like, had like a smaller house than us. And there were so many people who would come out of that house on a Saturday. I would like, because I was working or whatever, or be at school or whatever out the neighborhood. And I'd come home on a Saturday, be outside and just see like all these people come out of this little house. I don't know where they were all staying. It was like, there must be like layered basements down there. It must be like a bunker. Because there was like a lot of people in there.
They're like, how deep are you? Don't worry, we deep. Like, they was deep.
For real. You didn't want to mess around at that house.
I think I remember that house.
It was a little house next to mine on the right. The little one, not the big-ass one. The old one that had the bomb shelter. It was like on the right.
Okay.
There was like I swear 30 people in that house.
It looked like an oversized garage put up at the house.
For real, it was like a garage with a front door.
It wasn't really a house. We moved the garage up front.
They put a bay window on the garage and shit. Moved everybody in.
You're an ass.
You know what I'm saying?
They put a bay window.
Yeah, that's what happened. Because it was crazy.
Dude, they couldn't, they put the TV out in the front yard. They put the TV in the house.
On football Sunday. No, when the 4th of July was on, they put the parade outside. For everybody that didn't have TVs. Yeah. So everybody was invited, you know.
And the fuck with you, there's like they're over there making tamales. You're like, damn, like y'all stealing our shit, like you're stealing our pride. Like, a bunch of us are making tamales.
You're stealing all my thunder right now. No, I was kidding, because they're making all that good food.
They're like artificial Mexicans.
That's crazy. There was some in that commercial I spoke of. Those were some artificialians all day. Those were some fake skins.
Like, you know damn well. They was just fronting hard as hell. You looking at it like this, like, for real?
They were like, I'm Hispanic. I'm like, no, you're not.
Like, my contract says I am.
Right. I speak like shitty Spanish. My Spanish isn't the best, but I can get by. And I know I was way better than them people.
Right.
They might have just had dark hair. And it wasn't really, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They must have looked about. They was like
died.
they probably were Middle Eastern. And they hired your asses to do because you looked the part. They stereotyped y'all. You got to be Hispanic. And they were like, okay, so that's why they never spoke Spanish. And they were like, I wish we didn't gather. With your punk ass commercial. I felt a minute and a half dumber watching it.
Right, like just fucked up a minute and a half of your life.
And I kept watching, you know, and they were just like, they lost their grandmother because we gathered. I'm like, you liar.
Like they was just straight.
Better take that. Better write somebody from the fucking Catalina wine mixer about that and talk to Project 46. Because we tried. We're tired of that.
All you got to do is get the address to the beach house.
Yeah, get the beach house number. So, yeah, man, like I told you, I was reading some crazy articles. And that one we just talked about was pretty interesting with that kid thing and all, with the embryo shit. But apparently, a former scientist from Israel.
Wait a minute, you said former. What, are you fired from being a scientist?
Well, I guess he retired or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he got fired. But he was like a space security chief in Israel. And this guy says this thing went viral. It's like all over, like all the news headlines, all the news things, all people are making videos about it. This space security chief said that aliens exist, they're real, but they're not going to show themselves till humanity is ready. And he says our president knows about it, and a certain number of leaders know everything about it. They are under communication, all this shit's going on, but they're not going to reveal themselves because we're not ready, according to this alien race. And so what was really interesting about it is they said the alien race is the Galactic Federation. And I don't know if you're familiar with that, but in 1977, I'm into aliens and all that kind of stuff, so I kind of look up a lot of things. So early internet, I was into this thing that I guess it happened in 77. It was live TV, and there was a news broadcast, a guy giving you the news at nighttime at a certain time. Right. It was in a certain day in 1977, and then the fucking screen starts getting all jaggedy and squiggity, and fucking something interrupts the signal, and then a voice comes through, and this voice says this long speech, and they say they're from the Galactic fucking Federation type shit, and they give us a warning about our technology. We got to be careful for all these things and blah blah blah, and then they want to take us to the next level, but we need to learn how to be peaceful together and all these things. And then this guy in 2020 says the same name of the Galactic Federation. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to put pieces together, because I watch a lot of things and read a lot of things, so I like to that just brought me back to that. You know what I mean? And when I heard those two words,
Galactic Federation, I swear I heard that in a movie. Like.
So for real, man, it interrupted a live signal in 77, and the speech came on, and then it went away, and then the news came back to regular programming, and that was back in the 70s. So I thought it was pretty interesting, a weird coincidence. A weird coincidence to me. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I always knew that aliens are here, and I always thought that they were here, because I mean, like I said, there's too many things that have been going on. Like, recently they're talking about this big documentary called The Phenomenon, and it's really good. I've seen it. I recommend it. It's done really well. It's got the, it's basically.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, so it's all these UFO stories that everybody's ever heard of, and it's all like a culmination of them all. Like, and it's the research is done so good.
I firmly believe in aliens. Like,
yeah,
there's no way we're only intelligent shit in the universe.
One of the most one of the really good stories there in that documentary is you can even find the actual story of the children themselves without the documentary. But in Africa, somewhere in Africa, there was a whole students, like I don't know if it was 100 students and some teachers, and they were outside on a field trip or doing something for school outside, and all of them witnessed 2 ships land, and they said all these little lights were around this other ship, and this other one came down, and these 2 beings came out, and they said they were talking to them through their head, like without words, like through their head. They were hearing words. And they gave them a message, too, about being peaceful to each other and all these things. And what was crazy about it is they were interviewed individually by themselves, interrogated pretty much. You know, that was like a nice word of saying on a show that they were interrogated. And all by themselves. And they all had the same story, described them the same, and all had the exact same experience. And it was over 100 students of children. And they said that the alien race, they asked why they chose you, and they said they would hope that they would take their information to the future when they were, to change things. And I was like, man, that's fucking nuts. It was like, and I remember when that first happened on the internet, searching that on the internet back in the day. So they had individual stories, all exactly the same. It's kind of wild, man. It's hard to fucking deny some of that shit.
Oh, I don't deny it at all. Like I said, I know. I've never come in contact with it personally. But I just know there's shit walking around on this earth right now that is not human. Probably blended in and looked like, one of us, but guaranteed.
So there's old videos. Have you ever heard of shapeshifters? Yeah. You ever seen those videos at all? Where they show like people like just like all of a sudden they're like blurring into some shit?
Yeah.
Well, there's an old video of Elvis doing it. And it's an old video, black and white video, where he has a young girl backstage. And his eye, like right on the camera, just like bulges out real big. And these guys see it happen. And they hurry up and get in front of the camera and start like blotting it with a tissue like he's sweaty or something. And then the shit goes back to normal. And you see the girl see what the fuck happened. And she like reacts in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of fucked up, and it's an old-ass video, too, man. And I recommend you, I might have to send you that one, too. That one would blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of those weird videos, or especially those ones where those people's eyes change. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not bullshitting anybody. If you watch Dr. Phil.
I don't.
All right, I don't watch it either, okay? But my wife does, and I'll come in here on the TV, and I'll make her not want to watch it, because I'll look at the guests for a minute. If you watch Dr. Phil, damn near, like, I want to say 65% of his guests all had those their eyes turn into those eyes on the show. You know how they always see those eyes turn into, like, reptile eyes and shit? On Dr. Phil, they do that. And there's this famous actor. Well, he used to be a famous actor in a kid show with Raven. Remember that girl, Raven? She was on the Cosbys for a while, and then she had her own show.
Yeah.
She was like the little light-skinned girl.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
So she was famous for another show she had, That's So Raven or something, with this little light-skinned kid on the show. And he ended up going down a bad path, I guess, with drugs and addiction and stuff.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. So he came out with these crazy accusations last year and earlier this year with other actors and saying these things happened to him, blah, blah, blah. And people are, like, going after him. So he went on Dr. Phil as a guest. And he put on reptile eye contacts to fucking, as an because everybody knows about it. Like everybody's paying attention to this.
Wow.
So he went there for his addiction or whatnot, but he put the contacts on, and even Dr. Phil was like, "Why are you wearing that and this and that?" And he was saying like to fit in or some shit. Like there were more people like that.
Wow.
And there's a lot of weird, creepy stories of people actually seeing people shapeshift. You know Billy Corgan, the singer of Smashing Pumpkins? Mm-hmm. He was on Howard Stern, and he says on an interview on Howard Stern on Sirius Radio that he saw a person in the studio show his real form, like shapeshift to non-human form.
In Howard Stern studio?
On his show, yes. He was in an interview, Billy Corgan. Not in Howard Stern studio, in his music studio.
Oh.
There was a he won't say if it was a big name in Hollywood or big producer or something, but this dude showed, like, changed himself while he was in the studio. And he fucking, Billy Corgan says that.
Oh my God.
And then there's other witnesses that said they saw Adele do it. A bunch of fans said that she brought like 10 fans from other across the country and went to a show. And when she went backstage, they all said she all fucking changed. And they all screamed and freaked out, and that she followed them out telling her she's friendly, that she won't hurt them, and trying to fucking, and they all freaked out like that for over her. And the president of Russia even said the queen did that to him, that she shapeshifted in front of him to show her power. And there's a lot of people that, there's a lot of video and a lot of content about the royal family not being human, especially the queen. And they say that she eats children, and there's all this weird, creepy shit going on in there. And there's this one video where there's a little kid, it's like this year, and this little kid just like earlier this year, and this kid like was afraid of her. Like she came out, and the kid was like hiding behind this one guy and like took off like crawling around people on the floor, like because the queen was like walking by trying to say hi to him, and he was like terrified. And I was like, I wonder what he saw. But the president of Russia says that he met her at this big event, at this big thing where all these people are there, big shots, and she shook his hand, and that she showed herself to him. And then people were saying that he was being rude because he wasn't opening doors for her or help her down this big staircase when they announced him in this dinner. And he was like staying away from her because he was like, what the fuck was that? And he in an interview himself said that she showed himself, changed her form.
I would have left.
As a form of intimidation.
I would have left. Like, you're the president, fuck that. I'd have been like, you know what? Fuck that, we out. Like, we will never come here again.
That's wild, dude. There's so much stuff that's going on around that kind of shit. You never know.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't doubt it, dude. I don't know what it is, but there's some either alien type shit or satanic evil shit going on.
Or all of it.
In Hollywood, that, because even people like, oh, well, that story sounds good. If you hear it from one person, but it's like growing stories, like all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's something going on.
There's real Men in Black. There's been Men in Black caught on security cameras, and a lot of documentation on them. And there's like some weird documents found. It's like an old book of Russia that has like 87 documented alien species in it, and it shows where they're from, their planet, how long they've been coming to Earth. And it's this old book from Russia. It's like this book that's like super old, like old shit. And it has like over 80 species, and they're all documented on there, like all of them, every single one of them. And like if you look at some of these, you recognize some of them from the basic big-eyed, little mouth alien to the one they call the tall whites. And they say a lot of those are in Norway and Sweden and over there and shit. And there's all weird rumors of where they're all at and, where they all chill. And in that book, it just shows all these weird, like I said, different alien types that this book, whoever wrote this book, knows about and documented them in this book.
Wow, that's so crazy. Like,
and you remember Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci, right? So according to this, they said that he wasn't that good of an artist in the beginning, and that he disappeared for 2 years, like supposedly in a cave, or who knows where the fuck he went.
Right.
There's a lot of speculation on. There's a lot of different stories, So when he came back, he was like this phenomenal, he was just amazing, and had this book full of this amazing. They make robots based on the anatomy that he drew of the hand. Like, how did he see the inside of the way the hand works? Like, did he have these dead bodies? Like, what happened? Where'd he go? You know what I'm saying? But also in this book were drawings and depictions of these other type of human-looking things. They were different. They weren't quite human. They were human, but they looked different, and they were very detailed drawings of these different things that I don't know where he got them from. Nobody knows. They wonder where they're from, but they're all in this book. And when he came back. That's a weird, interesting story there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I kind of feel like right now that's the next big thing. The final chess piece, I think, is going to be when the aliens come. Like,
or expose themselves all
out.
Something
Something like that. Like I said, The Simpsons predicted that shit. Like, the leaders are up at the table and they rip their faces off. And they're the only ones I said that depict the aliens different than what we always are showing in our face every day. They show those octopus-looking fucking things.
Right.
And everybody else shows the usual gray fucking aliens. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many rumors about what the gray ones are, the little ones. And then there's tall grays. There's an old dude, Phil Schneider. He's got a documentary. He was a military man fought for our country, and they were making underground military bases. And this dude said that they went to war with a species underground of tall gray ones, the tall ones with the big eyes and little ones, not the little ones that we always hear of. These ones are the same looking, but they're fucking like over 7 feet tall. So he describes like so accurately how they make these caves. They like drill these one holes, put dynamite in, blow it out, dig it out, start, keep going down. Well, they drill these holes so many miles down. I think he said like 2 miles or some shit. And this like stinky, smoky soot started coming out of one of the holes. So they dropped their elevator shaft down there. And when they get down there, there's this fucking big ass opening and these big ass fucking aliens. And they literally start to fight. And they're in these like suits. And he says all you can really do is have your pistol. And it was hard to load with these big fucking suits on. And he said a Green Beret saved his life, pushing him back on the elevator. And he said that he killed 2 of them. And he goes, yeah, they do bleed and you can kill them. And he said he described his military equipment. And he fucking put the fucking gun in, shot 2 of them. And he said one waved his arm around his chest or something. And a light came out and burned him and opened him like a fish. And he had no fingers, dude. He was like doing the speech with like shit's all nubbed up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He opened his shirt up and he showed all this just barely skin patch, like all this surgery he had on his chest because he said he was opened like a fish. But that Marine shoved him on the other thing and shoved him up there and they saved him. You know what I'm saying? And so he was telling this story around for years and then he was assassinated. He fucking got killed. And a lot of people are tripping on that. And there's another guy who was telling a lot of government secrets named Billy Cooper. And he was assassinated after he predicted 9/11. You know what really exists from them? They have something called the ice gun. You ever heard of that? Mm-mm. And they used it around the Kennedy times. They said this ice gun, I mean, they used it on Kennedy. Obviously, they used bullets. But they had it around that time. This gun supposedly would shoot this ice bullet at you, icicle of some sort, and it would have like pufferfish venom, which would cause immediate cardiac arrest and an untraceable bullet.
Right.
And the reason I brought that up because you were talking about that the other day when you left about the icicle thing.
Right.
The icicle. We'll just call it the icicle scenario.
Right.
So, but that's the same. It was an ice gun, and they used it for that. Y'all can look it up. They actually have the actual thing in the court. They're showing it in court. Everything. They're in a courtroom showing this gun.
Government be on some slick shit
all
the time, dude. That's almost like you gotta watch as you say. Like we're sitting here, freedom of speech, thinking everything's sweet. Like, oh, it's all sweet. Next thing you know, we blacklisted off YouTube. They didn't shut our shit down. We done fuck around, been a Mandela effect.
Yeah, we got, and then nobody will ever remember this episode.
We remember, we did that episode. Like, we never seen it. If we didn't see it,
what episode? They did it. What episode? The Jedi Wave.
My trick, right? It's like you didn't do that episode. Like, you know what? I don't even remember doing that episode.
Right.
Hey, why are we playing with that shit? Is for real. It could happen.
All right, man. So I'm a little pissed off.
Oh, damn.
Yes, I'm a little fucking pissed off about this fight that I heard is going to happen in February with fucking Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul's brother, Logan Paul. The big brother that I told you has the channel and all that stuff. And he boxed before, too. He's actually a bigger dude. But I'm, like, really upset about this. I'm, like, super upset about this.
Like,
for the sport of boxing, I'm fucking pissed about this.
Yeah, because they're making a mockery of it. Like it's some kind of, like, circus act now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can get a piece.
They know you're going to buy it because of the popular kid on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why they bought the last fight with Tyson. That's why they brought that kid on the Tyson card. They're like, everybody loves that kid and the brother. You know what I mean? They're 2 blonde California-looking dudes, and they're very successful in what they do, and they got a big following. You know what I mean? So it's like a no-brainer. But I'm mad for the sport of boxing because I feel there's fucking so many other fighters that are fucking fighting for years, getting their fucking faces punched in, getting all slurred fucking language for years trying to get a big paycheck to fight a Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and this guy
for
gets
somebody
it
to just
for
fucking
he's
just
an internet
and no
sensation.
disrespect, like I said, I respect you guys' success, but to fucking jump over guys that deserve something like that in boxing is what I have a problem with. Just like when McGregor fought him too, there was fucking way more people that deserve to fight with Mayweather, and even right now, you got, like I said, Earl Spence Jr. is so fucking good and talented, but yet his resume doesn't really show it. He's got like barely big names on there. You know what I'm saying? Then you got
Right.
Teofimo Lopez, young, hungry dude, fucking got the skill, but not the opponents. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's going on? You know, like all this crap. And then these guys deserve those kind of things. They're like they've been working their asses off. And
right,
I know,
like that's their ultimate goal to fight
right.
him.
And I know that kid's working his ass off to be a boxer, the younger guy. And, you know, I know what my man respects the sport too, to learn how to train. But look, man, these guys I just feel like these guys deserve it better, the big paychecks.
Yeah. They
first.
do.
And that's what bothers me about this whole matchup.
Right, like they're getting that payday of Mayweather fight off their popularity.
And Mayweather knew it, and that's what pisses me off about you too, Floyd, you motherfucker, because you're just doing the money grab. You should wear the fucking ski mask like you did the McGregor fight to this fight, because this is a bank robbery, because people are going to buy the damn shit. But I wouldn't if I were y'all, because this is just a farce. You know, that kid ain't going to touch Floyd unless Floyd lets him. And I'm just saying and he should fight a real boxer that deserves a fucking payday like that, is all I'm saying.
Right.
Because they've been putting work in, and the promoters are fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Everything, like I said, now it's all the circus acting about the money, whatever draws the crowd. Whatever draws the crowd. It ain't even about the respect of the fight anymore.
For real. And I'm a fucking boxing guy for life, man. You know what I'm saying? And that just pisses me off, because I'm a fan of this game, and I just feel like I said, like, people are getting overpassed, and they should deserve something like that.
Right, and the old boy and the brother get chances just off the popularity.
Yep.
Right, they didn't earn that shit at all.
For real. I want to see a real fighter go against Floyd, even if it's an exhibition. I would love to see that. Like, go spar Tyson for 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? A real boxer. Spar fucking Teofimo Lopez, but do it an exhibition where it won't affect either record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go after a big dog. You know what I'm saying? Just do it for the, like, look at Pacquiao, man. Pacquiao, I heard he's going to fight Errol Spence. Old-ass Pacquiao, I think, is going to fight dangerous-ass Errol Spence.
Hey.
Pacquiao might get fucking Marquez again. I mean, Pacquiao has a chance to win, but the problem I see with this, let me just explain before.
The power behind that punch.
Now, not only his power, dude, like, the kid can box. He's got that talent, right? But fucking Earl Spence Jr. is made out of fucking steel. Dude will take Manny's punch. It'll take him like 11 rounds to actually get hurt, like, for that to affect. Because I'm telling you, man, that kid. I watched him on a YouTube video. You can look this up. I'll show you this after the show, man. This dude sparred this guy that was like 250, maybe 300 pounds, bare knuckled, straight body shots, and won. This guy, they were on the street in like where he's somewhere down south. And they're straight up, and he's still a professional boxer and did this after a fight. Bare knuckle body shots with this big guy, this NFL-sized man, and they were just body shot, and he won, dude. You made that guy quit. You know what I'm saying? And oh my God, it was just crazy. I'm just saying, like, Earl's a strong dude, and that's the one thing, like, fighting at a Manny's age where I'm worried about, just because I'm a fan of Manny. I know he's got skill to beat. Like, Manny's faster than him. If he can make Earl Spence become defensive, but I don't think he can hurt Earl the way he's hurt other fighters, where everybody keeps blocking, because, man, I swear to God, he's made out of steel. I think he's an android. I think Earl Spence Jr. is a fucking android.
He's the android.
Better do a robot check. They're all checking for steroids and shit, not finding nothing. You just
check
fucking check for motor oil.
Right.
Check for some hydraulic fluid, because my man might be an android. I swear to God, it's like almost. I mean, he does get swollen in the fights, but it looks like during the fight he's not feeling that, man. Because he's like going through your whole attack. Because Garcia can hit. That fight, he was hitting the fuck out of. When he would hit him, they were hits. You know what I'm saying? But Earl took him and started hurting Danny. Like, his punches started wearing him down.
Right.
His punches didn't wear him down.
I'm going to take your shit just to give you some of these.
It was all about who's going to wear down, and he did not wear down. And Garcia did. It was just like, ow, 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 ow. And Errol Spence was like, is that all you got? Is that all you got? You know what I'm saying? And then his got lighter. That's how you can tell when a puncher starts getting lighter at the end of the fight in those championship rounds. When the guy starts all of a sudden just the forward march is on. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I feel like that's what I'm worried about in the being a Pacquiao fan, but I'm also an Earl Spence fan. And I'm speaking realistically.
His prime, like he's still a beast. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But
the only way I see it happening.
Prime.
The only way I see it happening is if he could make him defensive, being that he's faster than him. Right. But if it's not hurting him, it's not going to work.
Make him put his guard up.
Yeah, it won't work because he'll punch through those combos, and Manny could go night-night.
You want to go night-night?
Yeah, you go night-night, Manny. Remember that shit, what it was like. Yeah. You was out before the ground. You went home real quick and came back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all went and got a soda and came back real quick.
Bro, I think one of the craziest knockouts I seen Zab Judah back in the day. We got knocked out. My man knocked him out, and he got up, and his leg just was like somebody fell back down on his face, dude. I was like he got that looked like it was painful. Like his mind was like, we can do this, and his body was like,
yeah,
no, ain't happening,
oh man,
buddy.
I want to say I got a bunch of big knockout fights that I could talk about, but I'll bring two up right now. One was Sergio Martinez. I think he was fighting this guy, Crawford or something like that, this tall guy. I forget what his name was. And he hit this dude with a left hook, and he was out. He, folded. He looked like that thing that the car sales chap. That
wacky inflatable.
But knocked out. Like, he hit him, and he was like, and just, fell over on the ground, and it felt like a dead tree. But, my gosh, Canelo, dude. Canelo Alvarez. Canelo means cinnamon in Spanish, but his real name is Saul Alvarez, but he goes by Canelo. He's the top dog right now, but he's a man. But anyways, he was fighting these last two guys. He fought, I forget what his last name was, Kirkland. He was fighting Kirkland, and then he fought Amir Khan. So he fought Kirkland, and it was the same exact knockout. My man tried to throw and trade with Canelo, and Canelo wishes people would do that with him, but nobody ever really does it. This guy did, and everybody's like, that's why I won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because Canelo, my man was trying to throw left, and his punch was just so much faster, and hit that guy Kirkland in the mouth. And Kirkland's punch went all the way through, and he just spun around, and he was just looking at the sky, on his back. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just all the way knocked out. But when he did that same punch to Amir Khan's soul left his body. His soul went bye-bye. And then the elasticity of it brought it back. It was gone for minutes. He I think he went and watched a Broadway show Celine Dion was singing in Vegas, and he went and watched one of the numbers, came back, and then woke up Amir Khan. He was out for almost 8 minutes.
Wow,
dude! If you watch that replay, oh my lord, it goes about 4 or 5 rounds. Amir Khan was winning until it happened. Amir Khan was the fastest hands in boxing, hands down. If Amir Khan had a chin, his chin is like wet tissue. Is the only problem with Amir Khan. Dude, I'm telling you, he was the man until he fought Danny Garcia, actually. That was his first, well, he lost before that, but oh, my God, when he fought Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia knocked Amir Khan out so bad, the referee started wearing body cams, and they're asking Amir Khan if he's okay, and his eyes was all crossed. He's like, yep, and his eyes was doing, the googly eye shit. But anyways, Amir Khan would be undefeated if he had a chin. But, man, he don't got a chin. So he's beating the fuck out of Canelo for 5 rounds. I mean, he's just throwing grapes at him or little gnats and shit, you know?
Right.
Canelo's just okay, I'm going to see you. Blah, blah. You're pretty fast. One of the rounds gets through, and Canelo's like, fuck it, I'm just going to go through his punch. Boom, he connects with one. He's like, Amir Khan's face is you see his face just all change, real quick. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? What was that? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't want no more of them.
Right. So then he goes and throws and tries to out-combo Canelo before Canelo can try his punch. But Canelo gets that fast one through like he did on Kirkland, and Amir Khan punches again, too. He's his punch continues, but he's already done. Oh, my God. Canelo hits his jaw, and like I said, his soul left. It went, watched Celine Dion, sing us some songs, maybe some Chris Angel on the way back, a little David Copperfield, and then he came back, you know what I'm saying, had a foot-long hot dog.
Went and checked out the Blue Man Group in Florida.
Blue Man Group, fucking had a beer, came back, woke Amir Khan up, and then he was back to his body oh, shit, what happened? You know, he was all the way out. Canelo had to go and check on him, too. It was that bad.
Hey, he been down there for a while. Is he okay?
Yeah, he was. It was dude, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But
nah.
So, like I said, man, that's the only thing I'm worried about as far as Manny goes fighting Earl, is if he can't hurt Earl,
it might be a problem.
He will punch Manny, and it will hurt Manny being older. Manny's got great skill, but like I said, if you're not hurting the guy,
right? He's past his prime, and if he got hands, that's
So-
no doubt about it. But like I said, if he ain't bringing enough pressure behind the punches to hurt my man to slow him down,
it'll take a long
he's
time.
Just out there having a sparring session.
So I think at the time Manny gets tired of trying to, punish the guy is when he gets stronger. It's like it's the opposite because he's younger.
Right.
And when Manny fought Thurman was a young guy in his prime, but Thurman was nowhere as good as Spence. You know what I'm saying? Thurman was getting hurt by Manny's punches. Like Manny folded Thurman over with a body punch. He was just like boof in the 10th round, and Thurman turned around like, I think I just peed myself. Like he was looking at the ref like, hold on a second. Like, and started running, took his mouthpiece out his mouth. It was like round 10 or something. Manny was just like, kapow. He'll do that to fucking Spence, and Spence will be like, do it again. Or he'll do like them kickboxers. Like the way he'll want to trade body shots. Yeah. Like, come do it. Like them body.
The Van Damme,
yeah, like when they kick each other in the body.
Come on.
Earl Spence will do that again. I swear to God. If it don't hurt, Earl Spence will do some shit. Because he'll be wanting to feel Manny's power. And if he takes the power.
Showing off.
I think he
doing
would.
The Roy Jones back in the day, throwing his chin
It'll
out.
be the biggest payday. It'll be his biggest fight. It'll be his biggest moment and one of the biggest names on his resume. And like I said, if Manny's got to hurt him. If Manny doesn't, he's in trouble. And I'm just being realistic. And like I said, I'm a huge Manny fan.
Right. It's going to be a bad situation, Manny. You know what I'm saying? If he can't damage my man,
he's bad news.
Bad situation for him. But, you know what I'm saying? Even if he does, though, you couldn't be mad at Manny Pacquiao. Like, he done put in.
He never scared nobody, though.
But he put in that work over the years. Like, you know what I'm saying? He never ducked down from nobody. You know what I'm saying? He brought that shit. So,
anyways, I was talking about it last week. I wanted to see that Santa Claus movie with Mel Gibson, right?
Right.
I watched that movie.
I haven't seen it.
I'm going to give you all my review. That movie is a must-watch. It was, if you like action, if you like just a wild, different kind of movie, that's what you want to see. I'm not going to give no spoilers other than Mel, I'll give you little pieces that you see from the trailer. Mel Gibson is Santa Claus.
Right.
And it is just a phenomenal, action-packed movie.
So it's a must-see.
Not necessarily for kids unless you're okay with your kids seeing, the violence is pretty graphic. I'll give you that. But if your kids saw Deadpool or any of the Deadpool films, then they're okay to see this. There's no nakedness. The language isn't as bad as Deadpool's, but just the violence is pretty graphic. You know what I'm saying? So people out there, if your kids saw Deadpool, then they could see this movie. My gosh, man, the story.
I'm probably going to watch it.
The story was awesome. It's called Fat Man.
Right.
So in the trailer, you can see the scenario. A child that the son of a big rich family or whatever gets coal, for Christmas and puts a hit on Santa. Got the money to do it, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Santa's a gangster.
So what's crazy is this whole story they put behind Santa, the background story. It is so fucking awesome the way they did this. The government knows about Santa. These people, you know what I'm saying? It almost like if you're a kid watching the film, like I said, it's crazy graphic violence for your parents out there. The language is shitty, but the violence is pretty graphic. People die pretty crazy in it, like John Wick style, Deadpool style.
Wow.
It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see Santa a different way, but I think it almost makes you believe in Santa even more.
One of those things, you know what?
For real, it was such an awesome movie.
Now you got me wanting to see it. I have to check that out tonight.
So, like I said, it's just such a different angle of the man they call Kris Kringle. You know what I'm saying? And I dug it. Mel Gibson did a killer job. Great action. Like I said, I don't want to give other spoilers than what you saw in the trailer. Somebody put a hit on Santa, and Mel Gibson is Santa. And man, was that cool, dude. They did a good job. I really thought it was an interesting film. When I saw the kid in the trailer, I thought it was going to be a kid movie. But when you watch the movie, it's totally
this isn't PG.
But I didn't think Deadpool was a kid movie because of the language and the sex scenes in the first film, and because they had sex during all seasons of the year and all that shit.
Right.
But every kid saw the movie, so I guess you could see this movie, kids, if it's okay with your folks. I ain't recommending unless you got permission. But it's an awesome movie, dude.
Some kids are gonna sneak and do it.
Right. I also saw this other film. Dude, you got to see that movie though. I also saw this other film that was kind of weird. It was sci-fi. It was called
sci-fi.
I Am Mother. It was on
You
Netflix.
guys seen it? The robot raising the little girl.
Now that was a wild movie.
Dude, I saw that like last year. That movie was cool as shit.
Yeah. So it's almost like I don't know, man. I thought that movie was crazy. the two sides of the manipulation of the whole movie was wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
That
don't want to give
movie
spoilers
was
either
good
way.
as hell.
It's about, the trailer will show you the same thing. There's an apocalyptic event happens on Earth, and there's a robot program designed as a failsafe to repopulate our civilization. So you think in the future. So after this whatever this extinction level event happened on Earth, and it's a wild movie. Crazy, like I said, suspense, drama, all that stuff packed into one.
It was definitely worth watching.
A lot of twists and turns.
Not disappointed.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it almost had that M. Night Shyamalan twist
It did.
to it later on, because you're thinking one thing like, oh,
right.
this and that, such and such.
Yep.
You're thinking it's the robot raising a little girl, and the little girl just being defiant.
Right.
But then you come to find out they hit that twist on, and you're like, oh, damn,
Yeah,
this robot is a fucking monster.
Right.
Like, this bitch.
Right. It's like Bruce Willis is a ghost. It was like some weird shit like that.
Crazy.
So I recommend you see that, dude. It was awesome. You got to see those.
Well, I've seen the one.
Oh, yeah, you did see the one. You got to see this Fat Man.
I'm going to watch that today, as a matter of fact.
Y'all got to see that movie. That was awesome.
But you know what you definitely got to do?
Like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Right. If you guys did like this episode, we'd appreciate a like and subscription, like we always say. And you can catch us on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss an episode. And this has been another episode of
Meant to Vent.
Till next time, humans.
Click, like, subscribe.
See ya.
Scene.
Efficiency, so